Once upon a time in the realm of global finance, there reigned a mighty currency known as the US dollar. Its dominion stretched across the lands, from the bustling markets of the Asia to the oil-rich desert of the Middle East. For decades, it stood unchallenged, a beacon of economic might and the linchpin of international trade. But as the pages of history turn, whispers of change rustles through the world. In the year 2024, a seismic shift began to rumble. The petrodollar, a pact as old as the tales of the Arabian Nights, was facing its twilight. The agreement, which once saw the US dollar soar on the wings of black gold, was no more. The sands of time had run their course, and Saudi Arabia, the land of endless dunes and ancient wisdom, chose to let the 50-year-old petrodollar deal with the United States expire. Petrodollar's demise was not met with silence. It echoed through the corridors of power, shaking the foundation of the US dollar reign. For the dollar had grown accustomed to the throne, backed not by the gold, but by the trust of its value and the oil that flowed beneath the earth. Yet, the world watched with bated breath as the dollar's faith hung in the balance, its future uncertain as nations pondered the allure of freedom from its grasp. The story of the petrodollar ascent is one of the triumph and tribulation. Born in the early 20th century, it rose from the ashes of war, lending strength to allies and foes alike. The British pound, once the sovereign of the currency, bowed before the dollar's might as the eagle spreads its wings. The Bretton Woods Agreement crowned the dollar king, linking the world's currency to its decree. But the plot thickened with the birth of the petrodollar.
Our house is your house.
There's an Arab saying, the sands are blowing. And I submit to you, King Fahd, that if the sands of time give us any hint of the future, it is that in the days ahead, the friendship between the Saudi Arabian and American people will be a strong and vital force in the world.
In a twist of fate, the US struck a deal with Saudi Arabia, binding oil and currency in a dance of power and protection. The dollar, now the key to the world's most coveted riches, cemented its status as the monarch of money. Yet, every tale has its own turning point, and the petrodollar's end signals a new chapter. The world stands at a crossroad, with paths diverging from the dollar's shadow. Nations rally, seeking to pen down own destinies. Free from dollar's decree, the fire on the mountain burns bright, and a beacon of those yearning for change. As the story unfolds, the dollar's legacy is etched in the annals of time, a testament to its era. But the winds of change are ever present, whispering of a future where the dollar is but one character in a grander narrative of economic sovereignty and diversity. And so, dear viewers, we found ourselves witnessing to a historic moment, a turning point in the saga of global finance. The petrodollar's end may herald a new order, one where the US dollar's tale is woven with many threads, each a story of its own. The journey ahead is uncharted, but one thing is certain: the world will never be the same. As our tale of the US dollar dominion continues, we must turn our gaze to the east, where a coalition of emerging powers known as the BRICS nation, Brazil, Russia, India, China, South Africa, have begun to weave their own threads into the fabric of global economy. In the grand bazaar of international trade, these nations have raised their voices, calling for a new symphony of currencies to echo through the markets. Their quest to diminish the dollar's omnipresence, to unshackle themselves from its influence, and to pen a narrative of economic autonomy. The BRICS bloc, expanding beyond its original members.
The BRICS group of emerging countries on Monday officially welcomed 5 new members to its ranks. Saudi Arabia, Egypt, the United Arab Emirates, Iran and Ethiopia were invited to join the group in August 2023 at the 15th BRICS Summit in Johannesburg, South Africa.
Has been a crucible of the de-dollarization efforts, with the policymakers striving to increase their global use of non-dollar currencies, particularly the Chinese renminbi. The movement is not merely a whisper, but a crescendo of frustration with the dollar's reign, a shared desire to see their own currency dance dance freely in the widths of commerce. At the heart of this saga lies the development of a new currency for cross-border trade, a bold challenge to the notion of the dollar's unchallenged dominance, a statement that the future of trade shall not be dictated by a single sovereign currency. The BRICS nations, each with their own tale of woe under the dollar's hegemony, have suffered from the fluctuation and uncertainty. They seek not just to protect their economies, but to promote a fairer system, one that reflects the diverse voices of emerging economies. As the BRICS nations forge ahead with the de-dollarization effort, they're not alone. Their chorus is joined by others echoing from the South Americans to the desert of the Middle East, all united in their own discontent over the dollar's supremacy. And so, the stage is set for a new act in the drama of global finance. The death of the petrol deal and the rise of the BRICS ambition signal a turning tide, a potential shift in the balance of economy. The fire of the mountain has indeed spread and the heat is on. As we watch this unfold epic, let us remember that the story of the dollar is not one of a single actor, but a vast ensemble, each player vying for a role in the shaping of a new world order. The BRICS nation, with their vision of the de-dollarized future, remind us that change is the only constant, and the end of one era is but the dawn of another. Stay tuned for the next chapter. It's yet to be written, and the destiny of the dollar remains in the hands of those who dare to dream of a world beyond its empire. And with that, we close the book of today's tale. But fear not, for a story of the dollar is far from over. As long as the tides of commerce flow and the fires of ambition burn, the saga will continue, ever evolving, ever enthralling, until we meet again. Keep your eyes on the horizon, where the future waits, bold and unbound. Farewell for now.